Ta-da! Hello my cousins, how's it going? Just pull my pants up here because I'm losing some flipping weight. Thank you very much for pulling in. I see we've already got 123. How's it? Peoples, morning from the UK. Thank you very much. George, I'm a little bit far from my camera today, so I'm struggling to see the writing. Maybe I should actually put my... Nah, it's not going to work. It's fine. I'll struggle with it. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. We are having a lockdown extended for another 2 weeks. But actually, I want to tell you, I'm having a jaw. I'm having a great time with my wife, Sandy and Jack. We find lots of things to do. I've done a lot of things electronically. It's actually pretty good. I'm learning programs. I'm doing something. I'm becoming proactive. Remember what I asked you last week, if you can help people out there? Don't forget, if you can possibly help somebody. I'm not charging for the show. I have a few things later I want to talk to you about, but I'm not charging for the show. But I'm asking you, if you can, buy a food parcel for somebody that you know that's in need. Or even Facebook somebody that you know that's by themselves. Facebook or whatever, was it? Live stream or whatever you want, what I'm doing now. Oh, FaceTime at least, that's the time, yeah. So I've also had requests from this really good organization. It's South African Teachers in Vietnam, and they've got a Facebook page, South African Teachers in Vietnam. Unfortunately, there's a couple of teachers out there that have been out of work, out of wages, out of everything for the last 3 to 4 months, resulting in, and I'm very sad to say this, a few of the young kids out there who are teaching English in Vietnam don't know where they are, what they're doing, resulted in a few suicides. I think that's a terrible, terrible thing. Suicide in itself is a terrible thing, but the fact that it's South African kids out there trying to teach the world English and helping the world, it's even more sad. So they are desperate. If anybody wants to see them, go on their Facebook page, South African Teachers in Vietnam, and see if you can help them along. Okay, we've reached the magic mark of 400 people, or almost 399. We've got 397. We're losing some. You see, when you ask people to think, there we go. I'm going to start exactly when we get 400 people. We're going to get going. Hello from Australia. How's it from Thailand? Hello, Thailand, that's the very person we're talking about. So I hope you're doing well. Bez Bazadinote in Thailand. All right, we're on 400. I'm going to do a little show now. Again, I've been inundated by requests from my previous gags and all that stuff. And it's quite amazing. I don't know if you saw this morning, I wrote a little post that said 3 guys went into a bottle store, and it was closed, so I can't finish a joke. Okay. And it made me think, imagine if your partner is like really desperate for you to get out there and help. Do you do it? I mean, can you do it? I was actually thinking, imagine like in Benoni the other day, this one woman said to her husband, you know, doll, I know it's tough, but if you really love me, I've never had this before, you know, I'd like a crocodile skin handbag. He says, don't worry. He sneaks out around the back, goes to the local mall, gets out a brick, throws it into the window, grabs a crocodile skin handbag, takes it back to his wife. Here. But she's not satisfied. She says, you know, I like this. But what will go nice with a crocodile skin handbag is a faux fur coat. Don't worry. He goes out, sneaks out, goes to the shopping centre, takes out another brick, claps it into the faux fur shop, brings her a fur coat. She says, I'll smoke you, stuck into you, the best thing in my life, I love you. But it's not enough. 20 minutes later, she says to him, I've got this beautiful crocodile skin handbag and this faux fur coat. I would really like a diamond ring. He looks at her and says to her, what? Do you think I'm made of bricks? Is that a stupid joke? It's a stupid joke. So let's start. Let's have a jaw. We're having going up. Watching from New Zealand. How's it? Good morning. Robin Hilton, my son, is watching. Hello, Robin Hilton, my boy, all the way in Edinburgh. If anybody knows Robin in Edinburgh, give him a shout. Give him a shout out to all the people from Orkney. Make a plan there. All from New Zealand. And we'll have a jaw. So my wife, Sandy's going to... Okay. You know, desperate times take desperate measures. And we're not getting any tourists here anymore. You know, it's quite scary, eh? But I remember when it was like full, you know, and there was, even though there was crime and all that in Cape Town, and the tourists would come here in Cape Town, and they wouldn't realise the extent of the crime, because they would hire a car, you know, and because all the Windgat guys back in the day, if they had central locking on the car, they'd make sure that you knew it, you know. They'd get out their car, and then walk away like 20 meters, and go like, chee-chee. Knowing the car was locked, Windgat. But you can't do that really in South Africa. So when tourists would come here, they'd hire the Avis car, and they'd think they could do the same thing. So they close the car, they walk away, they sort of go, chee-chee. And they look around, and their car's been stolen in 27 seconds. So they phone the South African Police Service and say, my car has been stolen. Can you send out a helicopter to find it? And the South African Police Service said, I'm sorry, the helicopter's just been stolen. Happens. So, a bomb exploded in Cape Town the other day. Yeah, a couple of months ago. A bomb exploded in Cape Town on the parade there. And we are so used to violence and noise and whatever, trains being up and down and all that stuff. People didn't sort of take notices. They're walking along the road and this bomb, Friday morning, bomb explodes. And these two oaks are still walking like that. And the one's like, did you just fart, bro? And he looks around and he says, there's a big hole in the road where a car should be. And says to his friend, I'm finished. Check it this, bro. 8:30 on a Friday morning. There's a parking space. Go.
You say cops.
South African police. This has been requested 100 times. We, without a shadow of a doubt, have the best police force in the world. I know that because our jails are full, basically. Now, the rest of the world, the police have to be politically correct, very much so. They can't just arrest somebody because they'll be accused of this, they'll be accused of that, they'll be accused of whatever. So I was working in London a couple of years back, and there was some riots in London. It was really bad rioting for the UK. They broke windows and things like that, you know. And it started out, there was a bit of violence, and I was watching this policeman watch another youngster stab another youngster, because knife violence in London is quite big. So they're watching this guy stab another youngster. My wife's just moving it straight out the back. Well done. I love it to pieces. So this policeman's watching this youngster stab another youngster in London. But does he arrest him? Because it's politically correct. No, he says to him, oh yeah, I think you should stop that, son. Because if this bloke dies, yeah, I might have to tell your mum. I was in America, the police are the same there. They're weird, they don't even talk English. We talk English, they don't talk English. You know what I'm saying? I got pulled over by the police. Woo, 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 woo. Guy says to me, put your hands on a vehicle. I'm thinking, what the hell is a vehicle, bro? Now, South African police don't basically take up. They're straight to the point. That's South African police for you. We're actually cool. We're smart idiots. What next, sense?
American hunters.
American hunters. Well, you know what? The hunting trade, of course, has gone down to basically nothing. And all the wildlife are thinking, thank God for that. So, but have you seen the American? It costs, or used to spend, the Americans used to spend about $300 million a year on hunting expeditions in Africa. And unfortunately, that's all dried up. But I used to watch these American hunters come in, and you could just check they were American hunters immediately. I mean, they were so excited about hunting in Africa. They would get on the plane in California in their camouflage clothes. You know what I'm saying? They'd be on a plane for 4 hours before the air hostess checked them out. and they'd land, you know what I'm saying? And you would see these American hunters immediately. You could check them out, You could see them, they'd sort of like, in their groups. And that was in the arrival halls at OR Tambo. Now, talking about that, you know, they've changed the names of places in South Africa quite a lot. They've changed. I'm saying, if you change the names, change the flipping names. Change the names. Be my guest. But be consistent. And use a bit of brains here. They changed the names because they were angry with what happened before. And they changed the name of Pretoria to Swane. Everybody knows that? Swane. But what is Swane short for? Swane Pool. Seriously? If they change the name of the airport, change the name of the roads. You know what I'm saying? All these tourists trying to get out of South Africa are looking for Johannesburg International Airport or Tambo. I don't know.
We got robbed on our wedding.
Oh, Sandy just reminded me that when we got married, 9th of October 2007. I knew that. I was just pretending. 9th of October 2007. We got robbed the night before in the hotel, you know, and it's quite weird. And we got robbed. It was quite amazing. And they stole everything. They stole jewelry, they stole my watch, they stole computers and everything like that. But my logic was, I woke up, Sandy was okay, and I know all you people with models are saying, serves you right for sleeping with your wife before you got married. That's the way we were living together. I woke up and Sandy was okay, her parents were okay, her sister and her granny were okay, my children that had come to the wedding, they were all cool. So I thought, well, that's cool, I can go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep, but it didn't stop there, because then the owner of the hotel arrived, and then the police, and then eventually the police captain arrived, and then all that thing. And I think differently from other guys, and I don't know if it's good or bad. And I remember the police captain waking me up and half in his sleep. I said, "What?" He says, "Mr. Hilton, we know exactly what happened. These criminals, they came into your room and they put your socks upon their hands. So when they steal things, there are no fingerprints." And I said to this police captain, "Seriously, bro? Any oak who's willing to put my socks on his hands can have my stuff, bro." You know what I'm saying? So we go to the police station, there's all this stuff all over the place. And I'm looking at these pictures and I'm saying to this oak, "Bro, what are these pictures?" "No, Mr. Hilton, these pictures of the most wanted criminals in South Africa." And I'm thinking, "Bro, well, why didn't you keep the oaks here when you took the pictures?" Is that just me? I don't know.
Hijackers.
Oh, hijack, we carry on crime. A lot of people are asking for crime jokes. Personally, I'm not scared of hijackers, nothing. I confuse hijackers completely because I've got a left-hand drive car. They pull up to my car, they go like, "Hijack!" Oh my gosh. They've stolen your steering wheel.
T-Rex?
T-Rex. Sure, I told this joke 100 years ago. If you want to do something in life and you want an occupation in life, kids, and I'm telling you this now, if any kids watching, choose a degree that's going to last for many, many, many years. And your chance of being laid off of that is actually almost nil. So anthropology, archaeology, paleontology, stuff like that, because it's great. You become an anthropologist, archaeologist, or a paleontologist, or any one of those sciences. that is searching for stuff. You get your degree, you get your honours, you become a professor, then they give you a paintbrush and anywhere on the map and say, go there and dig and we'll phone you in 25 years. So they phone this professor after 25 years and they say, how's it going? He said, no, I found that if you brush this way, the bristles on this side of the brush wear more. You think, seriously? But anyways, there was some Portuguese paleontologists, paleontologing, okay? And as they paleontologed, they came across these bones, like serious. Paleontologist, because you know, have you noticed Portuguese people like that with a z, z, z? And I think it's because somewhere in their history, right, they were messed around with beehives. That's why they talk like that. Obrigado, z, one quebra, z, no faz z, mal z. So my son is coming now. I think he wants to tell us a joke. You have time for a joke? No joke today. Okay, just a second. Jack's going to come and say something, interrupt my joke, but it doesn't matter.
Hi Zach, hi Lily May, hi Ariane, hi Jeppy.
There we go. That's Jack's sort of... For that now I've got to buy him a new bicycle. That's unfair, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? So these oaks, they find these bones, and it turned out there's a big bone like this, a small bone like this, and the oak worked out it was a T-Rex. And I think I've said this in one of my things. And they worked out that the T-Rex from two bones, that they reckon this is the most frightful creature that ever been on the planet, ever. A T-Rex. And it was down murring all the time. He used to walk around like, ah! And I thought to myself, it's just quite a simple reason why the T-Rex is always screaming like that. Because his arms were too short to scratch his pawpaw. That's what the problem was. So,
You've had 100 requests for the flamingo.
I've had 100 requests for the flamingo. This is going to be sort of quite difficult, but I'll do it. Flamingos smoke dacha. You can check the way they fly. But they don't like landing in cold water. But they land like that. Yes, that day. Even my wife is laughing at that one. So what else have we got there? We've got lots of requests, lots and lots. I wish I could I could be on an hour for about 15 hours doing this stuff.
Hair in weird places.
Hair in weird places. I think I did that, didn't I?
You can do it again.
But I'll do it again. People have asked me, as you get older, you'll see a lot of bald guys out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bald guys. And it's basically because they're bald for a reason. They work harder than everybody else. Now, there's different types of baldness. You know what I'm saying? Some guys go bald and they shave everything. But some oaks try hang on as long as they flip and can. Do you know what I'm saying? They sort of do one of those numbers. But my favourite bald type person is that the oak is bald here, but he's got a little patch over here, like a little island over here. It looks like his head is trying to make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? So as you get older, hair stops growing to your head because it gets gutful. Obviously, I don't work hard enough because I've got a full head. It gets gutful of growing up, so it looks for alternative routes. So you look, one morning you wake up and you've got hair coming out of your toes. And then it's by your knees, and then over your shoulders, and then around your back. I mean, I've got so much hair on my back now. I say to my wife, I'll scratch your back, you comb mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. And you get hair in your ears and all that crap. But what happens one day, you're going to get hair growing out of your nose. Whatever you do, do not ever pull that hair growing out of your nose because it's connected directly to your eyes. It's like, just days. Now, I found a hair this morning sticking out of my poo-poo. Now, I don't know what I want to do about that. I'm a bit scared.
Russian Clint Eastwood.
Oh, Russian Clint Eastwood. Wow. Oh, Jack has got my thing. Thank you, my boy. We're down to water now. We've run out of vitamins, I think. Where's the vitamins? I'm drinking water. As you can see, I'm losing weight. Very much. I'm losing weight. It happens. Let me just take it. So the Russian Clint Eastwood. Do you remember the Clint Eastwood movies? The younger people here might not know, but in the old days, Clint Eastwood always used to have these movies, and he was always this bad act. He was this really flippant bad act. He was a guy called, he was a good bad act. He played a guy called Detective Harry Callahan. And there was all these movies, I don't know what his name was. Yeah. It was all these movies, all these bad movies, but always he was the bad flippin' oak. Now it's funny, if you're looking through history, how the things turn around. Because when I was a youngster and James Bond was real, you know what I'm saying? When he could swim 550 meters in a wetsuit without breathing once, and then take his wetsuit off and be in a dinner jacket and then pull into a party, have sex with 57 women, and then go out and fight a troop of people without putting his head out of place. You know what I'm saying? That was the real oak. You know what I'm saying? Then they started blaming other people in the movies. You remember that? They picked on black oaks for a while, which clearly that was its area. They picked on black people purely because they reckon all the black people are bad oaks now. Nobody's bad because of colour or whatever. Yeah. People are bad. Some people are good, some people are bad. But that particular time they picked on the black oaks. And then it went off to the Muslim people. And now it's gone round full circle. It's back to the bad oaks, the Russians. Have you checked it? Because every movie you watch now, everything that you watch about the executioner, the equalizer, this, that, all the bad oaks are like Russians or Eastern Bloc types. You know what I'm saying? Taken and all that stuff, Eastern Bloc. Have you ever thought about it? Are they good at acting bad? The answer is no. Are these Russian actors good at acting bad because they do it cheap? The answer is no. These Russian actors are good at acting bad because it comes naturally to them. Because if you ever check the Russian, they automatically look the murin. Go find any Russian you want to find, any Russian. I will guarantee you say to him, how are you doing? I'm very happy. Before when I live in Russia, I was unhappy. Now I leave South Africa, as you see, I am ecstatic. But the story I want to tell you about, English was the language of choice, and it has been all over the world for many, many years. It's been taken over slightly now by Spanish and, of course, Mandarin. And I do a course on Mandarin if you'd like to learn it. It comes in segments. Is that a bad joke? So, English, all the movies were in English. All the movies were in English. So you were saying. So you remember one of the movies with Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, his name was. Dirty Harry was the movie, which is basically going to be a documentary about Harry and Meghan soon. So, Dirty Harry was this bigoted policeman who hated anybody that wasn't Protestant or white oak, whatever. He hated everything. He hated Jewish people, he hated this, just hated everybody. He just wanted to be one of these like stand-up guys. He was a horrible person. And this bank was being robbed. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was eating a hot dog across the road. And he looked at this bank robber, and he's eating, and he gets the mudding because he's out. How dare these robbers, these black guys, how dare they rob a bank when he's having his lunch? So he got damn mudding. So he walks across the road and he pulls out this Magnum before it was an ice cream and shoots this oak stick. Okay, and there's blood and stuff all over the place, and this guy's lying on the ground, and Dirty Harry's checking at this oak, and this oak's checking at Dirty Harry, and the rifle's in the scene, and the shotgun saying, leave me out of this, brew. And then Dirty Harry says those immortal words. Do you remember that movie? The people are old enough that he looks at this bad oak and says, I know what you're thinking, punk. This is the most powerful handgun in the whole world. Have I fired 5 shots or 6? Go ahead. Make my day. Imagine how dark that movie would have been if it was shot in Russian. Could you imagine that? He would have come out and punk. It wouldn't have worked out properly, would it? Okay. There we go, son.
Laryngitis?
A guy goes into the hospital. A guy goes to the doctor now. Hey, now. Goes to the doctor. He says to the doctor, I think I'm suffering from laryngitis. And the doctor says, sorry? Is that just me, son? Is that a stupid joke?
I don't know if that's the one they wanted.
Which is the one with the, oh yes, oh that's a Greek one. I was in bed last week, the whole of last week, with laryngitis. I love these Greek women. There we go.
Curry.
We've done the curry, but I'll do that.
Rainbow Nation.
A rainbow nation. Okay, we are in South Africa a rainbow nation. You want no gaan ons braai, Steve? I'll try do it at the end.
Lots of requests.
Lots of requests. Rainbow nation. We are in South Africa a rainbow nation. Seriously? Have you ever seen a rainbow, folks? There's no black or white in a rainbow. It's just mainly coloured.
Getting stabbed in London.
We did that.
Indians singing.
Indian, so many people, and I'm very blessed to have a lot of Asian people as my fans. And I did a story once about how we as Caucasians and black people, and if you call South Africa coloured people, we had to have 1 or 2 channels on DSTV because everything was in that. It was all sort of the, but the Indian oaks on ZTV had their own channel. They had their own flippin' channel, ZTV. And I looked at it a lot of times, and even though it was like violence and stuff like that, it wasn't really violence, because if you checked on ZTV, in any Indian channel, and that's what I love Indian people, they're so cool. Any Indian channel, anything had happened, any cock would happen, they would sing, you know what I'm saying, and dance. They would go like, and then for anything. So this guy is going to go tell this woman that her father's just died. How does he do it? Hey, your father just died, man. What does she go? Do. That's why they say cool people. We love them.
The Greek joke.
We told a Greek joke about laryngitis.
Okay. There's one dog and cat that walks on the side of the wall.
There's a dog and a cat that walks on the side of the wall. Oak. It's difficult to do, but I'll try it. I've got these small dogs. You know these small dogs with a short-term memory problem? We've got 2 of them. I've had them for 15 years. They still don't know who I am. Every night I come in and they go like... And then the one says to the other, bro, is this the oak from last night? There we go. But cats are different. Cats are different. Cat will sort of greet you, but he won't come down a passage. He'll sort of do the slide move. He'll walk across the wall and crack like, okay, if I walk here, he's not going to check who I am, bro.
SAA, what's for lunch?
SAA, what's for lunch? I'm sure we did that, but I was on the plane once, and this is really true. A woman said to me, yeah, what do you want, eh? Lamb or duck? I said, how's the duck? She said, it's like chicken, but it swims.
The way the oak's driving Dubai?
Oh, the guy's driving in Dubai. It's very difficult to do that, but I'll just do it. That's very, very difficult to drive in Dubai, because only if you're from Dubai you'll understand. They've got 3 places on the seat, but they always seem to put their 1 foot on the dashboard. I don't know why it is. A lot of our taxi drivers have actually taken that up now, so it's quite cool.
Have you got a lighthouse joke?
Have I got a lighthouse joke? No, that was actually from Derek Gordon.
Okay,
The lighthouse joke was from Derek Gordon, and it sort of went like, there's this big US destroyer in this big storm, and he sees this light there, and the captain of the destroyer says, we're the USS Enterprise, we're having a big storm, I advise you to move out of the way. And then the oak comes back and says, is it? I'm not moving. And the admiral cracks like, we are from the USS Enterprise, and if you don't move, we have right of way. We are going to run right through you. And the guy goes, is it? Pull in. And then the captain goes like, that's it, it's your last warning. We're going to come and destroy you now. And the guy from the says, is it? Pull in. I'm a lighthouse on a rock, bro. Pull in. Derek Gordon. That was a funny joke, that was.
Traffic circles in the UK?
Traffic circles in the UK. I could tell you that joke, but it's more of a roundabout.
Kak is an international word?
Kak is an international word. It's a South African word, K-A-K. Okay? K-A-K. It's designed in South Africa for dyslexic people. So no matter, you can say each way, it doesn't matter. But in English, we'll say, "Ja, but that's cock." It's cock. And if it depends how you say cock. You know what I'm saying? If you say to her, "How you feeling, but cock." If you like babalas, how you feeling? Cock. How's your tax? Cock, but in England, they sort of try and poshify it. They go like, "Hello, darling, it's quite cack today." And they grab a paper and say, "Darling, I'm just popping off to the toilet for a cack." So they do in England. Very cacky. Yes. You know what, Alan? Dogs and crocs. We did that last week, Gav. I promise you. Local anesthetic. Okay, Gemma. Yo, that's a long time. Many years ago, I was working in a golf club and in Randburg, and nobody could see me properly. It was like a long elevated room sideways. So I stood on a table so everybody could see me. But I didn't realize that the table was closer to the ceiling than I thought. And I stuck my hand up to do one of the jokes, and the fan clocked me there, stickered, and it cut my finger almost off. And I grabbed this towel and I put it around my hand and I carried on and I did the show with this bloody cloth. And afterward, we rushed to Santon Clinic. I'll never forget that. We went to Santon Clinic. It's so exclusive. The doctors paid for parking, bro. Now, I like the way, I can't help the way I think. I pull in there and the nurse says, "That's quite sad. I'm going to give you a local anesthetic." And I said, "Seriously? $3,000 a night? I want imported." There we go. Can't feel my legs. I did that, Chelsea, but I'll do it next week. I promise you, I did that last week. Estate agent photos, Ken, we know that. We did that as well. But thank you. Ricardo from Alberton, how's it? Keep the jokes coming, Barry. That's what I'm trying to do, folks. Oh, somebody's asked me about this. The marketing, some guys are genius in marketing. Marketing genius. They play upon the sexual weakness of men. They do. It's fantastic. But, you know, Renault is a fabulous car. It's a fabulous car. They make Formula One motors. So you must understand. Renault, brilliant car. But I nearly bought a Renault once. I've got 4 cars already, but I nearly bought one just because of the way that they advertised it. I walked past and they played on the sexual weaknesses of men. There's this woman like almost half naked by the showroom going like, "Hello, my little one. Renault, once you get in, you will never want to get out." And I thought, exactly. Have you seen the badge, bro? It's enough of that joke. Okay.
It's half past. You're going to have to end with no Gansbraai.
Okay, people have asked me again for no Gansbraai. I'm going to finish off with no Gansbraai, but I would like to remind you about the South African teachers in Vietnam. If you can go on their Facebook page and try and help them out. They're looking seriously for some donations to help these young kids get back from Vietnam who were doing a sterling job in Vietnam teaching the kids their English. Okay, so it's quite scary. And also...
Van der Merwe visits the Queen as well.
Pardon?
Van der Merwe visits the Queen.
Your Highness, no, I'll do that next week. If you remember that the guys from ShopRite Checkers, if you can go and you can actually buy a voucher from ShopRite Checkers and send it to somebody in need. Okay? And before I do my last joke, I want to tell you something. I do this for free because we are all South Africans. We're trying to stick together and we are all in our own way trying to make a few bucks. We're trying to live. And I've actually looked at it another way. I'm offering a few things that I do. I've got a joke service. I've got a course that's coming up on how to write jokes. I've got my No Gansbraai t-shirts, which I'll give you guys at fabulous discount if you want to purchase it. We can only deliver after, of course, the lockdown. And I have a digital business card called May She. It's a fabulous digital business card, which you can get through to your clients without actually seeing them anymore, because I personally wouldn't want to hold a business card in my hand at this moment in time or give it. But this digital card, it's called macy.me or whatever. But if you need to know anything about that, go onto my site, barryhilton.com, www.barryhilton.com, or please contact Deirdre, Deidre, at barryhilton.com. And we can find out much more about that. I would appreciate it if you just go and have a look. Maybe you wanted some stuff like that. Now, no Gansbraai again for the 3rd week on the run. Okay, but I'll do it. Afrikaans and English people, Indian people, black people in South Africa, we all have one thing in common. We all breathe. No, it's not that. No, we all braai. Everybody braais. No matter where you are, in our country, no matter what language you speak, braai is one word that every single person uses. And the amount of braai depends on how South African you are. You know what I'm saying? So this oak says to me one day, Barry, wil jy braai? Môre gaan ons braai. Ons gaan nou braai. Môre gaan ons braai. I said, sweet, but I like to eat before 11 o'clock. Moenie worry nie, Barry. Môre gaan ons braai. You must come see me by 10 o'clock. Ons gaan nou braai. Braai ons. So I go to this oak's house the next morning at 10 o'clock. He opens it. Barry, wag net. Skies so lekker. Ons gaan nou braai. Nou gaan ons braai. Barry, nou gaan ons braai. Klein doppetjie. So we klein dop until 10 o'clock. My dog's even hungry. See, as I say braai, my dog's barking. My dog is barking. My dog can speak, by the way. He's not well. I said to him today, I said, Archie, how are you feeling? He said, rough. He's a stupid dog. So, no gaan ons braai. So we climbed up until 7 o'clock at night. I was getting a bit hungry. So I went into the kitchen to see if the dog had left any food. Because I'm a bit hungry. This oak says, moenie worry nie, Barry. Ons gaan nou braai. Moenie worry nie. Nou gaan ons braai. Met ys. Seriously? So we met Ace until 10 o'clock that night. 10 o'clock. I was getting visual signs of malnutrition. My poopaw was eating my liver, bro. I promise you. And this oak wakes up. Nee, wag, Barry. Is jy honger? Is jy honger, Barry? Barry, ons gaan nou braai. Nou gaan ons braai, Barry. Vrou, Barry's hungry. Take for meat. Out of the deep freeze. There we go. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming into us, having a jaw. Hopefully I'll see you again on Wednesday for a chat. And next Saturday I'll do some more gags. Thank you very much. BarryHilton.com. I love you, Oaks. Stick around, stick safe, be cool, and look after people who can't look after themselves. Love you, Oaks. Thank you.